Hi dear students, how are you? Hope you are doing so well. This is K. Ravindra, a teacher in English working at ZPHS Kanku of Settur Mandal, Anantapur. Dear students, hi dear students, how are you? Hope you are doing so well. This is K. Ravindra, a teacher in English working at ZPHS Kanku of Settur Mandal, Anantapur. Dear students, we saw how KGF
Overview of the lesson. Before you read intro activity, working with text, question and answers, thinking about language, speaking and writing. The title of the lesson is The Little Girl. Introduction of the topic, reading comprehension, working with vocabulary, before you read, working with text, working with language, speaking, writing, and the poem Rain on the Roof. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the synonyms of the word glad and use them in their own words. Use appropriate words from the synonyms provided in the exercises. Study the use of the words. Example, big. Understand the concepts of verbs of reporting. Discuss the story by forming pairs with the help of questions provided. Before you read, do you feel, your parents are better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. Can you mention few incidents in your life, my dear students? One day, KG's mother falls ill and is taken to a hospital by her grandmother. Let us see a few questions here. Who fell ill? Here are the options: mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. What is the right answer, my dear students? And the right answer is mother. Well done. The answer is A. Very good. Excellent answer. Here, one more question. Who took her to the hospital? The options are mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. Yes, select the right answer from these four options, my dear students. Yes, your answer is correct. The answer is C, grandmother. Well done, my dear students. Excellent. Good answers. Kezia left alone at home under the care of their cook, Elise. As Kezia goes to bed, Elise removes her socks and warms her Do not scream and wake your father. Let's see a few questions here. Who take care of the little girl? Father, mother, grandmother, cook. Yes, what is your answer? The right answer is D, cook. Well done, dear students. Next question is, what did the cook ask the little girl? The options are, do not scream and wake her father. Scream and wake her father. Do not sleep. Don't waste time. What is the right answer here? Yes, the right answer is A. Do not scream and wake her father. Very good. Good answer. At night, Kezia has a nightmare and she wakes up screaming. When she calls her grandmother for help, she finds her father standing by her bedside. He picks her up and takes her to his room. He tucks her up in his bed and soon falls asleep. She feels the beating of her father's loving heart and realizes that her poor big father is very loving and caring and has generous heart. Let us see the vocabulary of the text. Nightmare. The meaning of nightmare is a bad dream at night. Here is one more vocabulary. Tucked up. The meaning of this word is covered up nicely in bed. Let's see a few questions here. Who are the people in Kejia's family? Father, mother, grandmother, and all. So, what is your answer? The right answer is all. Well done, my dear students. Very good. And the next one is, whose voice makes Kezia frightened? The options are aunt, mother, grandmother, father. And the right answer is father. Very good. Well done. Congratulations. Here is one more question. What was Kezia's father routine after coming to his office? He would watch a movie, he would go for a walk, he would ask the little girl, he would ask the newspaper and tea. What is your answer, my dear students? Yes, he would ask the newspaper and tea. Well done, very good answer. Let's say one more question. Who asked Kezia to come down? The answer is her father, her grandmother, her servant, or her mother. What is the answer? Yes, her mother asked her to come down. Well done, my dear students. Good answer. Why was Kezia afraid of her father? Because he used to talk to her harshly and loudly. Very good answer. Second question. What did the father ask his mother? He asked his mother to teach Kezia proper manner, not to scare all the time. Right answer? Well done. Let us have a look at the summary of this session. Now the children are able to understand why Kezia fears about her father, recognize the love and affection of Kezia's father, state the reason behind her fear, express their own experiences with their father, explain how her grandmother tries to send Kezia to spend time with her father and mother. Working with language, vocabulary, laboriously, which means with a lot of effort and difficulty. Let us see one example. He climbed up laboriously. Working with language, vocabulary, wandered into. The meaning of this word is went into by chance. Here is the example. The lion wandered into the house looking for food. Working with language, vocabulary, hue and cry. The meaning of this word is angry protested. Let us see the example. The workers raised a great hue and cry against the new rule. Working with language, vocabulary, glad, which means feeling pleasure or happiness. Let us see the example. I am so glad to see you. Now let us see the question and answers of the story. Why was Kezia afraid of her father? The answer is Kezia was afraid of her father because he was strict and always spoke with her loudly. Second question. Who were the people in Kezia's family? Her father, mother, grandmother, and herself were the family members. Next question. In what ways Kezia's grandmother encouraged her to get to know her father better? Answer is Kezia's grandmother wanted Kezia to have a good relation with love and affection. She encouraged Kezia to spend some time with her parents on every Sunday afternoons. Fourth question. How does Kezia begin to see her father as a human being who needs her sympathy? Kezia realized that her father worked really hard, was a tired, poor man who needed sympathy and concern. There was no one to look after him. Although he was big and not as soft as his grandmother, Kezia realized that he loved her and she had affection for him. Thinking about language, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter. Here Glad means happy about something. Glad, happy, thrilled, delighted, pleased, overjoyed. The above words are synonyms of the word glad. Words or expressions that have the same or nearly the same meaning. Use an appropriate word from the synonyms given in the following sentences. Use the given clues. She was dash by the news of her brother's wedding. The clue is very pleased. I was dash to be invited to the party. Extremely pleased and excited about. She was dash at the birth of her granddaughter. Extremely happy. The coach was dash with his performance. Satisfied about. She was very dash with her results. Happy about something that has happened. Please think about the answers, dear students. The first answer is thrilled, and the second answer is delighted. Third answer is overjoyed, and the fourth one pleased. Fifth one happy. Very good answers. Now let us move to the next one. Study the use of big in the following sentences. Example: he was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth. Here, big means large in size. Now consult a dictionary and find out the meaning of big in the following sentences. You are a big girl now. Today, you are going to take the biggest decision of your career. Cricket is a big game in our country. You have to cook a bit more as my friend is a big eater. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Here the first one is you are a big girl now, which means you are older. The second one, today you are going to take the biggest decision of your career, which means most important. The third one, cricket is a big game in our country, which means great. Fourth one, you have to cook a bit more as my friend is a big eater. Great. What a big heart you have got, father dear. That means very affectionate. Thinking about language. It's all about grammar. Verbs of reporting. See the examples. What? Screamed mother. No, no, she whispered. Sit up, he ordered. The italicized words are verbs of reporting. We quote or report what someone has said or thought by using a reporting verb. Every reporting clause contains a reporting verb. We use verbs of reporting to advise, order, report, statements, thoughts, intentions, questions, requests, apologize, manner of speaking, and so on. Underline the verbs of reporting in the following sentences. He says he will enjoy the ride. Father mentioned that he was going on a holiday. No one told us that the shop was closed. He answered that the price would go up. I wondered why he was screaming. Ben told her to wake him up. Ratan apologized for coming late to the party. In the first sentence, the reporting verbs is says, and in the second sentence, mentioned is the reporting verb. Third one, told, and in the fourth sentence, answered. In the fifth sentence, wondered. In the next sentence, told, and the last sentence, apologized is the verbs of reporting. Choose the appropriate verbs and fill in the blanks in the following sentences. Here are the few words: were complaining, shouted, replied, remarked, ordered, suggested. I'm not afraid, dash the woman. Leave me alone, my mother, dash. The children, dash, the roads were crowded and noisy. Perhaps he is not a bad sort of chap after all, dash the master. Let's go and look at the school ground, dash the sports teacher. The traffic police dash all the passers by to keep off the road. The answers are remarked, shouted, were complaining, replied, suggested, ordered. Now, speaking. This is not an Indian story, but do you think there are fathers and mothers and grandmothers like the ones portrayed in the story in our own country? Let us speak about it. Yes, there is no doubt that the Indian families too have same kinds of fathers, mothers and grandmothers. In this world of cutthroat competition, everyone aspires for success. So the parents, like father or mother, get employed to provide the children with all the worldly comforts. But they fail to understand the psychology of the children and make them feel isolated. Children need parents' time and love. They want that, then parents should interact with them humbly and without hurting their feelings. Speaking activity, second one. Was Kezia's father right to punish her? What kind of a person was he? You might find some of these useful in describing him. Undemonstrative, loving, strict, hardworking, responsible, unkind, disciplinarian, short tempered, affectionate, caring, indifferent. Kezia's father was not right to punish her. He should have understood that she was only a child and a child tends to make mistakes. A child's mistake should always be mended. On the one hand, he was strict, unkind, and short tempered. On the other hand, he was hardworking, responsible, and caring to his family. He worked hard all day long and got tired. So he was compelled not to give any time to Kezia. At heart, he cared and loved Kezia very much. When she got frightened due to a nightmare, he immediately came to her with a candle to know what had happened to her. It shows that he cared very much. Writing. Has your life been different from or similar to that Kezia when you were a child? Has your perception about your parents changed now? Do you find any change in your parents' behavior, vice versa, yours? Who has become more understanding? What steps would you like to take to build a relationship based on understanding? Write 3 or 4 paragraphs discussing these issues from your own experience. Thank you.